Okay, guys. So this is Mahesh Kamath once again, and today we are going to starting the CISSP class 2, right? So we have already studied some of the risk and security and risk management sort of things. So in the previous class, we have some checked some CIA threat, okay, and the importance of and benefits and how the CIA threat can be, helpful, and IEEE sort of things, identity and access management sort of things, and some sort of different things we have already discussed. So today we are just talking about some. Still, we are just in the, the domain one right now. So we are just going to starting the governance and the sort of frameworks. Okay, and today we are going to discuss about some frameworks uh, is all about, right? So we already discussed this particular slide in previous classes. Must be driven of CEO or governance committees, support formation and organization specific vulnerabilities and threats inherent in business applicable laws and regulations, management vision style. So as a security professionals, what should you do is all about how to help or how to support the organization as a security professionals, and what you need to do. So these are the some different tasks you need to perform here, like perform the risk assessment, due diligence, understand the risk is all about in the current company. Okay, so suppose you are a cyber security consultant and you are just going to implement the security in any organizations, right? So first of all, you need to understand what are the what different risk is available, and then how to mitigate the risk, how do you perform the transfer the risk, and so understand the risk is most important. So because if in the SOC consultant, and if you're working in a SOC consultant, or if you are in a job environment, so you have specific things are available. Okay, you don't have to go for each and everything, but if you are a cybersecurity consultant or security consultant, and then you need to take care all the security of the company. It is whether it is a physical security, is this cloud security, or it is a network security or cyber security, everything is a part of it. Okay, so you need to perform sort of tasks that the security will be is very is is high level sort of security, and then you just providing the more benefit to the company same time. So it is your security is basically perform on the your company vision mission, which will be to get the company's helpful sort of things. So perform risk management, you get implement controls. So we have different controls, tactical control, administrative controls, operational controls. We are just talking about in my previous slide. So we know that the controls are available and establish written policies. So we have different IT policies, financial policies, HR policies, different sim policies is you are going to create, but that depend on it what type of business you are doing it. Okay, suppose you are a part of IT, so you have well aware about the IT policies. So that database policies, network policies, and user termination policies, user onboarding policies. Okay, so different policies you just going to create and you know what this is what all the users need to follow the policies which you are write it down. And so teach users and third parties the policies, monitor activities, evaluate effectiveness, and detect violations, take actions on to remediate weaknesses and violations, and repeat this cycle, right? So my questions to all of you, because if you are working professional side right now, so if you have a chance to become a cybersecurity consultant and security consultant, so what sort of security parameters you would like to go for it? And if a different domains we have, right? We have some manufacturing domains, we have some production sort of things. Suppose you are working in a healthcare domains, so different security parameters required on different businesses. So if you are what cyber security expert, or you are a cyber security consultant, so what type of security precautions you can do it in different platforms? Any ideas about it? Any ideas for that? Hello?
It could be very different for different industries. So probably if you help us understand that, what really will be helpful from examination perspective, it will be really helpful.
Yes, it's for the examination purpose. So what I'm talking about, this is enough for it, no problem whatsoever. but the matter of fact that what type of security implementations, what type of controls you're going to do it, what type of policies you're going to write it down. So these are the some important prospect, because CISSP is, what, more the theoretical, the conceptual, logical, but it is also the how to implement the security, how to, implement it, all sort of things into the organization, so that the security is always available. So because day to day we have different G2D attacks, and different attacks is available, malware attacks and phishing attack, dictionary attacks, different attacks is there. So we need to provide some sort of security parameters need to be followed by the users or everywhere, so that security is always be available.
Yeah, Mahesh, so my question on that is that everyone probably in this call is in a different industry, and the policies could be very different based on the organizational requirements. My request would be that we probably expectation is that probably you can help us understand that what's really is the focus from CISP examination perspective, so that we if we are not right, or we have a different
Mm.
understanding, we can probably help use your or refer your recommendation. This is that to make sure that yeah we respond to the right answer.
Yes, yes, yes. So sure, this is the, if you're talking about the CISB examination, so most probably, there is no difference sheet, because if you are CISB holders, it doesn't matter that which domains you're working it, but the things is which talking is right now is the policies, the perform risk assessment, the perform risk management sort of things, third parties policies, everything is count in there. So in these examinations you just find out if you're going to write in a policy, so what sort of important prospects things you need to be written down. So scope of the policies, whom the business need to be understand. Okay, the contents which we need to going to apply into the policies. Okay, where we can be apply this particular policies. So this is the important concepts, the things you need to be what take care in this policies is talking about. Okay, so we have some security professionals. So we already discussed about some management is busy managing, keeping their vision on the business. Management has little or no training or vision in IT security. So we have, if you're talking about the top management, they don't have too much idea about all sort of things, because they have, all the time they are thinking how to grow the business, how to achieve the vision of the company and vision of the company. But as a security professionals, it's your duty to provide some security countermeasures. You provide security information. So what are the different risks available on the on different sort of what networking sort of we can say that in the databases side, or we can say cloud side. So you are the right persons. You can just guide and suggestions and provide some informations to the top management. So this is how things happen. That is why if any new business is started, right, so the security person is also involved in the meeting, so that what's the point of view of the security professional. At the same time, must any new project will be coming into the companies. Security professionals. So the management needs the IT security professionals to provide vision to understand business needs for IT, right? So digest current IT architectures and professional status, and digest current IT vulnerabilities, threat, risk, and landscape, identify potential cost, justified improvements, and countermeasures. So these are the some bullet points which right now, if you've seen that, these are the some those things you need to perform on the corporate side once you're working in the company. So you are the responsible person for security implementation and any operational and architecture risk, different vulnerabilities, find out okay what is the costing of this particular, and identify the new threats will be coming, and how to provide the improvements, how to make a countermeasure, all those things, right? So different attacks is there. So what type of different attacks is coming in the market, and what type of defensive approach you're going to do it. Okay, so these are your responsibilities to providing all sort of thoughts in the same time. Yeah, this is a security point of view. This is the, if you're just talking about the SSL or TLS sort of thing. So these what type of certification, digital certificate need to be implemented on the server side or the client side, what type of VPNs you need to use it, like side to side VPN need to be configured, right? So what is the advantage of side to side VPN configuration sort of things? So these are the some important prospects you need to be take care about, and you will be guide what of the top management. This is if we are going to with this particular security parameters, then it will be really good for the company for the future to get the vision or mission of the business. Okay, so we have some more and management needs the IT security professionals to provide.
Can you go back in the previous slide, please?
Yes.
There is a section called risk landscape. How do we do that?
We have separate risk management what slides. Sometime let's just wait for some time, because we have going for risk management. So risk landscape, risk management, type of risk, everything we will study later on.
Okay, sure, thanks.
So management needs the IT security professionals to provide vision on translate into common language or management. Okay, most justifications, profit and loss, acquire, implement, and maintain approved countermeasures, evaluate, revise the IT threat landscape ongoing. So what are the different things are going on with your company, right? So as a security professional, so if you have more than 10 years experience, 5 years experience, so what type of experience you have, and what is the security professionals talking about, what is the what goal of the company, right? So the your IT security goals and or your company goals will be the main same. They are on the common page, right? Okay, and whatever the things going on in the IT industry, industry, because the technology is changing all the time, right? So suppose you are using the traditional IT infrastructure in your company, then you just move to the VMware, okay, and then you just moving to the cloud computing sort of things. Okay, and then right now the next phase is of your open source tools. We are going to use OpenStack, CloudStack sort of tools. We are using it. Okay, so which is the right approach? What is the best costing? And once we going for the all thinking all sort of things, and what is the what security parameters in all of them? Our information is what secure or not secure informations. Okay, so this is the things we need to be take care if you are a IT security professionals. Okay, acquire, implement, and maintain approved countermeasures. So we need to take approvals. Okay, we have to maintain what is the maintenance cost of all sort of things. So we need to be take care all sort of things. Okay, so we have some security programs include cyber due diligence, due care, and prudent management, and ongoing risk assessment and risk management, business continuity plans and disaster recovery plans. So the business continuity plan and disaster recovery plans, we have the separate slides for the same, so don't worry about it.
What is prudent management?
Prudent management is suppose your top management is very prudent. Okay, suppose you are the IT security professionals and you just say that we need to implement some IDS IPS sort of things, or we need to provide a firewall. Okay, but top management is saying that we don't going to invest money into the this particular feature or the license or the particular hardware. Okay, so how do you convince to the management that how what is importance of the particular device, how it is going to be secure? Okay, so the prudent management need to be how do you convince the security professionals? Okay, so data classifications, we already know that this is data in motion. Okay, and data is active mode. Okay, and the top secure data. The okay, and which is the public use data. Okay, so these are the some classifications, and then what type of data it is. We can provide a security measures and counters and controls on sort of things, assistance in development of policy documents, and aspect of employee hiring and termination practices. So if the what right now what happens, there is if any employees is going to be terminated, right? So the mobile device management is come to the picture. So they have the device, the personal devices, and the outlook is going to configure. So we have to they set the what devices at the same time, they set the outlook basically at the same time, so that what are different ways of going to information can be leaked. So we need to find it out all the time. Okay, So then, the security program includes the security training of all employees and ongoing security awareness, supplemental and remedial security awareness training, and monitoring, auditing metrics, and detection, enforcement, incident, and disaster response. So I have one question in this particular slide. So have you guys ever created the incident response plan? And what do you understand by incident response plan? Basically, it is a topic of security operations, but we have we can just take a look. What's your views about it? Incident response plan. Do you guys know what is incident? Have you ever done the ITAL sort of things or not till now? Do you know the ITLs, the framework? Anybody?
Not me. Not
Incident
me.
like and ultimately if any services are impacted, so ultimately that would be sorted out based on the incident, any ticket number reference, and further like resolution to that incident is like taken place.
Okay. So incident and what is the problem management is all about? Difference between problem management and incident management. Any guys and any let me know.
Incident is something which can cause a damage or which can disrupt the service.
Hmm.
So two or more similar kind of incidents which will result in a problem.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Yes. And what about the problem management is all about? So I will have some example like suppose your Outlook services not are failed. So does it a problem management or that is a part of incident management?
Again, the question is like how many users are affected.
Okay, there are 5 number of users are affected same time, please.
Okay, then we'll have to find out the root cause. So if we found like is there any simple issues which can be resolved or which is been resolved, then it's a normal incident. So if it is repeating again on multiple machines, then we'll have to raise a problem request for that, and we'll have to submit an RCA, like what is the exact cause for that specific incident, and we'll have to raise an RCA.
Yes, you're right. Yes, yes.
No, but
So
RCA happens for incident management also. Like, I think I'm not clear. At least I'm not clear that there is a difference between what is the difference between incident management and problem management. I understand that anything which can disrupt business is considered as an incident, but
mhm.
problem could be more technical in nature.
Yes, you're right. But I can say that into day-to-day activities, right, is going on in the IT operations, right? So anything, any services is going to be failed, like your server service is gonna fail, Outlook's not gonna work, Exchange server got some issues, network failed, sort of things, or ISPs go down, right? So it's incident, right? So what happened in the incident management, we are providing a temporary solutions like, okay, we have uh, ticket logged. Okay, so we have, what, categorize as the SLA, right? This is P1 call, P2 or P3, what type of urgencies it is and what type of calls we have get. Okay, then if it is a temporary solutions can provide, then it's incident management sort of things, right? So the desktop engineer or server engineers, this is going to work on same time, and then they provided remedial solutions or temporary solutions same time. Okay, but if the problem is for all the users, more than 50 users, more than 70 users, one or ISP goes down, right? So it's a, we can say that it's a problem. But it's a problem for all the users because right now, because number of users are affected. Okay, so the production, there is no production is so same at the same time. So it's a problem. So in the problem management, what we're going to do it, we have to find out the RCA, root cause analysis. Okay, so if the problem is not going to solve in the problem management, right? Suppose your access Exchange servers go down. Okay, and you just find out need to change the servers, then what is the next step we're going to do it? Any ideas? Incident happen, first thing, yes, we have incident management call logs, we have done it. Then the the temporary solution not going to work same time, then this call is forwarded to the problem management team. And the problem management team is check each and everything. So they have provided RCA that we need to replace the action server or different firewalls or whatever the devices would be. And what is the next step? We are going to do it.
Parallelly, we'll have to communicate with the business owners, like saying what is the status of the critical incident which has been running.
Right.
Uh,
Do you have change management? Have you have checked it? The change management sort of things. Do we need to change the server same time or not? If it is yes, then we need to go for a change management team. So before we going to change management team, we have to check with the configuration management team or different teams that this sort of configurations servers is available in our stock or not. Okay, if this sort of servers or the hardware is available, then we have to change the same time. So this is the different process of change management. Is a different topic, but we have the change raise need to be created. Okay, so have you ever worked on the change management team as well? So what is the procedure of change management? Suppose any hardware need to be changed or replaced, or new hardware need to be implemented. So what is the procedure, or is it all about?
Normally, any change which is gonna implement in an infrastructure should be approved by the change authority board, the change advisory board (CAB).
Hmm, right.
So once the CAB is approved, then it would go for the business head approval. I mean that the business owner approval.
Mhm.
So say the change would be scheduled, and which would be done by that respective technician.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you would like to share? Anybody?
In management, ultimately, like there is a document needs to be followed, like in which like overall requirement needs to be given, like what are the risk, what is the impact, what is the duration of change, all details we provided, and ultimately like it is ultimately present in the cap stating like we need to make this change, and after the like approval from all the authorities, we further make this change.
Yes, this is absolutely right. But in the change management, what happened here actually? First of all, what is change? Does it feasible change or not feasible changes? Do we have to change the things? Yes. First of all, we have to change the things, right? So we have a documentation plan. Is the change race is basically we can say that. So we in this change race, the documentations, the date, what to change, who's going to change, when to change, where to change, the approval authority signatures, the testing procedures. If your change is going to work, not working absolutely fine, then what is the rollback plan? You need to do it same time. Okay, who's vendor available, what is the IDs of the vendors, and what type of device it is, and where the company is all about. Okay, so each and everything we need to be documented phase, right? So we have a change race and sort of things. I will just provide you the template of the change race sort of thing. So just read all sort of things and just try to make the things whatever you feels that it should be things. So in the examination perspectives, you it will say that what type of things is available in the change management things, right? So it's a part of ITL. The first thing is this change management, and what is incident management, what is problem management, where is the root cause is need to be calculated. So this is the sort of questions will be coming to your CISP examination side, right? Okay, we'll go further. Okay, so a security program, the new organizations chart is CEO, CFO, production, security, auditing. So you have a functional plan, understand basically to avoid the conflicts, right? So who's going to report it to whom? Okay, suppose any problem has been come and you directly reporting to CEO or the CTO same time. So it is not a right things. So what we can do it, we can we have specific plans whom going to report, whom going to what use it same time. So that's that sort of things you need to understand, right? Who's going to reporting what, where to report. Then we already discussed about some the security program and business goals. So strategic plans, tactical plans. Okay, so long-term plans, realistic vision and planning, the mission for the entire organizations with the 3 and 5 of even 10 years outlook. Okay, so I have one questions regarding the strategic plans, that if you are going to procurement management, right? And the procurement management, you would like to go for planning to purchase a new firewall, or you just planning to purchase a new servers. So what type of planning you will going to do it? Any ideas for the strategic plans I'm talking about? And in this, the range is 10 years outlook. So what type of your what approach you're going to use it? Any ideas?
Mahesh, your question is not I mean, like, not clear.
My question is, once you're going to procurement of any hardware, okay, of the company like servers or firewalls, so what is your strategic plan? What's your approach? I would like to know that. Strategic planning. What type of strategic planning you will go for it in the
So
procurement process?
okay, from the procurement process, sure.
Yes, yes. So suppose you're just going to procurement of new firewall, okay? And first of all, you need to check the objectives of the firewall. What type of objective you need to achieve? Do your company required the content filtering? Do your company required some web filtering? Your company required IDS, IPS services? Your company required SSL VPNs? What type of licensing we required? Okay, first thing, we understand the objective, right? Second thing, the use cases. Okay, the use case, it means that what type of things, different firewalls, the company's firewalls available, right? So Palo Alto, Checkpoint, CyberRoam, FortiGate, different companies are available. So first of all, you will go for the Gartner sheet and then check which is the best firewalls for the companies currently is available, right? Or then you can just check with your objectives, the features, and your comparison with the particular different firewalls. Okay, and then the third time, you will just go for the cost. It's all about what type of cost it is. Okay, how much cost of the devices, the features, cost, and your company objectives, all sort of things you need to be take care same time. Okay, and then what you're going to do it, then the second phase of procurement settings, procurement plan is what going to work same time. So the thing is important here. Suppose you are the part of the procurement process of new firewalls. So as a security point of view, what you going to think in the procurement planning? Any ideas?
See, based on these objectives and the findings, I mean, like, with the different vendors, we'll conduct a POC with all the vendors first.
Yes, but at the same time, if you're just talking about the strategic planning, right? So 3 years, 5 years, and every 10 years, okay, even 10 years, you should give a forecasting of your
Correct.
device you have purchased, and after 5 years, you see that your firewall or your device is outdated. See, as security point of view, right? There is no
Mhm.
use of it. You are just wasting the money same time, right? Yeah, you have used it 5 years. Yeah, we can say that, and after 5 years, you will have to purchase for another firewalls, which is very costly. Okay, so that is the logical things. That is the concept you need to be understand, because if your concept is very clear, the examinations in the CSP you should clear very, what, very easy. Okay, because there in the CSP examinations we have got some scenario based questions. Okay, suppose a company is going to purchase a firewall, and this and the strategic planning sort of things comes to the picture at the same time, and the procurement process, how to do it, and what things you will be keep in mind. So we have four options available same time, and what things you will take care. We have to planning for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or 12 months. Okay, so the thing is the time. Okay, first of all, you will take a look on the timing of 10 years, 5 years, 1 year. You think that, yeah, it's a strategic planning we need to do it first thing. Okay, and then the other things comes to the pictures of procurement sort of things or different things. Make sense? Then
So
we go.
Mahesh, a question on that. Probably if we say procurement of a hardware, let's say if we take an example of a firewall. Now,
Hmm.
most of the technologies, my understanding is that many firms normally define amortization of the capital cost in 3 years and say that every 3 years they will have to change the hardware.
Hmm.
But some organizations do 5 years. What's the right answer from CISSP perspective?
It's depend on the business to business, and because in right now the security and the attacks are, different attacks is zero-day attacks is happen right now, right? So as per this technologies, as per the company objective, as per the costing, right, you will take a decision of which thing is best for you. But as a CSP guys, first of all, I can say that as a security point of view, first of all, the security is a main concern for you same time, right? So suppose you're going to purchase a firewall, but the company is not going to pay the cost same time. So you will check the what type of objectives you need to achieve same time. Okay, so your objective is, what, resolve the low cost of firewall, so you can go for it. But the security, you can say that you have to compromise some point of view on the in the security basis, right? Because if you're going to, what, procure the firewalls, you need to purchase the licenses. The hardware is not, okay, so hardware is another part of the story, but the license is another part of the story. So you need to procure the licenses same time. Okay, so that depend on it how much cost you're going to pay, what type of, what objectives you are, and what sort of compromise you are going to do it in different point of time, right? So it is business to business, we can say that. But if you are the part of the planning part, the okay, the procurement part, so you have what type of strategic planning you are going to do it. As a CISP, we can say that if you want the strategic planning, we have at least 1 year, 2 year, or 10 years planning for forecasting for whatever you're going to procurement or whatever decision you're going to do it. So long term sort of things.
No, but my question is that, see, as a security professional, it is my responsibility
Mm,
to take the recommendations back to the business and tell them. And this is what you covered in the previous slide, that it's the security professional's responsibility to convert the security risk in an English and tell them that what's the benefits. Now, when
mhm,
we are saying the risk and the cost benefit,
mm,
uh, that's part of the strategic planning. But
mm,
you asked a very specific question in this slide, that whether we are defining, uh, our strategy for 3 year, 5 year, or 10 year, and in a scenario where we don't get money. Probably getting money or not getting money is a very uh, business focused thing. But my
mm,
my point is that what is the right uh, timeline when we say, because you very specifically asked a question about the firewall, so
mm,
I'll touch upon that firewall question only, that
mm.
what's the recommendation from CISSP perspective?
The CISP recommendations basically need to procure the best device, very secure devices. But if they
No,
come,
so see, that's then going into the tools. So the tools and hardware could be, we cannot compare or define the parameters in terms of what is the best, because when we say best would be based on the different business. Best for uh, aerospace research and development company will be different than a manufacturing company,
mm,
because manufacturing might not need a best of their firewalls, because their
mm,
focus is more on manufacturing and making money out of it. Information, probably their focus